And well, welcome to WRESTLEPALOOZA live tonight here in Indianapolis, in which we're kicking off the show with the best in the world, the voice and the voiceless, CM Punk, who's out here to face a man that he will cost the World Heavyweight Championship, Seth Rollins, against John Cena at SummerSlam. And we'll explain this as Punk makes his stand to the ring. And well, Punk was the World Heavyweight Champion at WrestleMania. He faced John Cena, who challenged him for the title after winning the Royal Rumble. Cena cheated to win on that night, turned his back on the crowd, turned his back on his friend CM Punk, and has been World Heavyweight Champion ever since. Has been cheating to get back at that, well, to keep protecting that championship. Seth Rollins had to fight through hell to get a shot at that title, kept getting screwed out of opportunities, and Seth finally got the matchup he needed at SummerSlam. Was moments away from becoming World Heavyweight Champion again in his eyes, and Cena down, was ready for a curb stomp when CM Punk made his way down to the ring with a steel chair in hand. Seth then went outside the ring, asked Punk what he was doing here, told him to leave, and well, Punk said he was going. Well, Punk looked like he was going to leave, and Seth said something. Punk turned around, hit him with a GTS, put him back in the ring, and Cena hit the attitude adjustment to retain the World Heavyweight Championship, and Punk wasn't too happy about that outcome. The next night on Raw, these two faced each other in the ring, exchanged words with one another, and it wasn't a pleasant discussion. It then devolved into a brawl after Punk, Rollins said that he's going to make Punk look uglier than his dog Larry, which fired up Punk. He went for a roundhouse kick. Rollins avoided it. Rollins then hit him with a curb stomp from a standing position, dropping Punk in the middle of the ring, leading to this matchup here tonight against Seth frickin' Rollins. And well, Seth, well, believes he should be World Heavyweight Champion right now. That CM Punk is the reason he isn't. And well, that is he say. And well, maybe Rollins would have won if Punk didn't come out there. Obviously, Seth would have gone for the stomp. Cena may have counted it, may have kicked out. We don't know what the outcome would have been. All we know that the outcome is that Cena walked out the champion due to what CM Punk did. But it wasn't that Rollins was innocent in that he said something to Punk. We don't know what it was, but it fired up Punk, who turned around and hit him with a GTS. While Rollins smiles here tonight as he makes his way down to the ring. But the second that bell rings, Seth Rollins is going to be looking to end CM Punk here tonight, and well, start making his way back to John Cena, who's not in action here tonight. Well, our card tonight is a great one. 3 matchups for you. The first one here tonight, Seth Rollins v CM Punk. Next up, Jade Cargill defends her Intercontinental Championship in an open challenge. In our main event, Cody Rhodes is the same with the WWE Championship against a mystery opponent. Well, let's get this one underway. Seth Rollins v CM Punk. What a way to open WrestlePalooza here tonight. And well, away we go here tonight for our first matchup of the night between CM Punk and Seth freaking Rollins, as these two lock up in the middle of the ring here. Obviously, you've got to give the wrestling background. Maybe, or actually, it might be even between these two. Who is a better wrestler inside the ring when it comes to cuddling over tie-ups? As Punk here with a side headlock here on Seth freaking Rollins. These two, well, it's well documented that they don't like each other, as Rollins pushes Punk away, got him back low, and now looking to, well, keep Punk close to him, looking to lock something up here, as Punk now in a bad way, as Rollins rolls him up into a roll-up here to steal the victory early on in this one, as Punk now kicks out, turns it over to a pinfall of his own here, into a bridge pinfall here, as Rollins with the strength from the corner pushes Punk back to his feet, rolls him up here with a backslide on Punk now to steal the victory. And Rollins couldn't get that job done as he's looking for a rolling elbow. Punk gets out of the way, there's a huge slap there across the face, multiple slaps here by Punk, rocking Rollins. He sends him off the ropes, looking for a calf kick there. No one home. Punk lands awkwardly on his stomach there. Maybe he winded himself on that landing, as Rollins with some huge haymakers. Punk out of the way with some huge chops of his own now to Seth Rollins, and Rollins out of the way. A huge rolling over, gets it this time. Well, like I said, these two, it's well documented, the history and the issues between these two going on for many, many years now. Ever since CM Punk left WWE all those years ago, Rollins saw Punk as a traitor, saw him as a cancer to the industry. And now, tonight, it's on him. He believes to kill that cancer and take it away from this industry for good. And what he believes, he is a saviour of the industry. That's what Punk said to me, not Rollins said to me backstage, sorry. He said that tonight he's going to save WWE and the wrestling industry from CM Punk, as he doesn't want to see Punk with a title ever again. He doesn't want to see Punk in the ring ever again here tonight. He said tonight he's going to look to end the career of CM Punk as he busts him open as well. Rollins with a slight smile across the face. Rollins caught with some huge knees to the face of CM Punk. And Punk with a huge roundhouse kick there rocks Rollins and drops him to the mat there. Now Punk, what's the thinking next at Punk? A perfect plex there into a bridge pinfall once again. Is that enough? But Rollins kicks out there. Early in this one, Punk trying to get the job done as Punk has been busted open early in this match up here. As Rollins now met with some huge chops by Punk, sends him into the corner. Was CM Punk the best in the world now with some huge haymakers in the corner. Rollins there blocks it, fights at himself here, and Rollins, what's the figure next to Rollins now? Grabs him by the neck, looking for a simple but effective net breaker, dropping Punk to the mat, and Rollins again scraping the boot there across the open wound, looking to exasperate the wound of CM Punk with a huge super kick. But Rollins caught, kick to the midsection, and Punk now catches him, looking for a Cody clutch, middle of the ring, wraps the legs up here. Is he going to make Seth submit here in the middle of the ring here? But Seth, no, breaks the hold, huge elbow, rocking the bell of CM Punk there, breaking the hold there emphatically as our Rollins. What's he thinking next there? Rollins now grabs him by the neck here, looking to hoist him up and drops him down. This time gets the lift inverted suplex, and now looking to follow it up though. Big huge knee right to the bridge of the nose there of CM Punk, and now follows up with a huge elbow drop as well. Staying on the attack here is Seth freaking Rollins, as Rollins now, what's he doing here? Looking for a revolutionary forearm to the back of the neck. Punk could be out cold. That could be it. But Punk kicks out there just about at the count of two. And Rollins thought that might have been enough, as Rollins looking to go to the wound again. Punk no gets out of the way, catches Rollins, into an icon device, middle of the ring here. Punk with it locked in tight here, yanking back, looking to make Rollins submit, looking to make Rollins pass out here tonight, but Rollins again looking to break out with some huge knees to the back of the head though of CM Punk, as that Rollins looking for a second, an effective visionary forearm. And now Rollins looking for a stomp to follow it up. That could be it. Is that enough? But somehow CM Punk kicks out there. This match has barely been going, only for like 3 or 4 minutes. But these two are throwing haymakers, throwing the biggest shots in this one, as Rollins are yanking back in the neck of CM Punk. Punk out the submission hold there, with a huge roundhouse kick there again. Now what, Punk looking to return to sender with a stomp of his own to Seth Rollins. He has stole the stomp to beat Rollins with his own manoeuvre. But Rollins kicks out there. Punk obviously doesn't quite hit it the same as Seth Rollins, but a stomp is a stomp at the end of the day. And a DDT going after the head again there was CM Punk. As Punk now looking to lock in a sharpshooter here tonight in the middle of the ring of WrestlePalooza here in Indianapolis, live tonight. As Punk with the sharpshooter locked in, shades of Bret Hart locked in here, as Rollins though looking to scum his way out of this one, pushes Punk out the way though, and away breaks the hold as Rollins now grabs him by the head, looking to plant him, hooks the leg, fisherman driver, middle of the ring, into the cover, and Punk kicks up there. That was a small package, a tight small package locked up there by Rollins, but Punk managed to get the shoulder up there just about, finding his way out of that one as Rollins. What's he thinking this time? Goes for the net breaker, doesn't turn it around into a visionary forearm this time, knowing Punk might be, will that maneuver counted if he goes for it, as Rollins now stalking CM Punk, as Rollins again with a net breaker there. Like I said, Rollins here tonight is looking to end the career of CM Punk, and what a better way to end their wrestler's career than by breaking their neck. That is the be all and end of all of a wrestler's career. If they break the neck, well, it's the same for any human. If you break your neck, you're done. You know what I mean? Like, you can't continue wrestling. As Rollins swoops the leg there this time, as Rollins now with another neck breaker to Punk, and these will be doing damage to not only the neck of Punk but to the back of Punk as well. They keep getting dropped down more and more viciously by Rollins, but he keeps dropping those neck breakers. No. Rollins looking to break the neck of Punk with a buckle bomb to Punk, and well, Punk is down. Punk doesn't look in a good way. That could be all she wrote here. As Rollins out. Rollins. Well, Punk stole the stomp, and Rollins, if I go to sleep, GTS, Punk could be out. There's smoke across the face of Rollins there, into the cover. But Punk somehow kicks out there. Rollins put everything behind that knee, but somehow Punk kicked out with some huge heat kicks into the leg, looking for that right leg again, but Rollins again out the way of Rollins now. What's he thinking? That's a collar, but out, even man getting better at that one. Punk looking for a chop. No one's home. Gets the second one. No. Kick getting caught by Rollins. As this one's been 100 miles an hour since the opening bell. As Rollins gets rang again. They've got a huge right. Nice kick by Punk. As Rollins is in the drop zone here. What is Punk thinking? Punk is cutting Rollins to his feet here. I thought he was going to go for the matchup and elbow, but instead looking for a crossbody. The CM Punk, a little bit of Ricky Dragon's steamboat there by CM Punk being pulled out. As Rollins now in the corner. It's not where you want to be in the ring with CM Punk with a patent knee and a huge clothesline. And Rollins now once again in the drop zone. Punk this time might be thinking Macho Man elbow and gets it. Hit it with everything he had behind it. As Rollins is done for here. Punk calling for the end of it. Is this going to be enough to win this matchup? Punk, his legs buckling with everything he's got left with GTS to Rollins. Is that enough here tonight? How? Just how did Rollins kick out? It might be because Rollins is fueled by hatred of CM Punk, not only for everything he's done in this industry, but for costing him the World Championship at SummerSlam. As Rollins, with that hatred, stomping it away to the chest. Now, hesitation drop kick there, with everything behind that one to CM Punk. As Rollins, what's he thinking there? Rollins planting Punk face first. And Punk trying to get back to his feet, using the ropes to get himself back to his feet. Punk is in a bad way here. Obviously busted open since the opening, 3 minutes of this matchup. Yanking back on the arm there. Watch Rollins using the ropes for assistance. And a snap suplex there, simple but effective. This deep in the matchup. As Rollins now, what's Rollins thinking here? Turn apart the turnbuckle pad. Charles Robinson, the referee, going over to sort the turnbuckle pad over with. And it's a low blow. Rollins has gone to that place. And Charles doesn't, the referee didn't see it. What's Rollins thinking? Rollins might be thinking of a stomp again here. Rollins using both feet for the stomp. Punk's out. That's it. It's done. Punk's out. A double foot stomp to the back of the neck. And Rollins cheats to beat CM Punk, using a low blow and distracting the referee with the exposed steel. Rollins gets the victory. And Rollins won't care that he cheated. All he cares about is in his eyes, he's ended CM Punk. Going after the neck as much as he did in that match and hitting a double stomp at the end. How badly Punk was busted open. The bruises, the welts across the body. We may not see Punk for a while, if again, as to what we just saw. Because Punk did not look in a good way throughout this matchup here. When he hit that GTS, the final GTS he hit, his knees barely could barely hold himself up yet, let alone Seth Rollins. And I thought this could be over right here. Punk with his own stomp, which then brought out, also the GTS we'll see in a moment again, I imagine, from Seth Rollins. As that wasn't enough there. And then Punk here. This is the moment that I was talking about. The final GTS he hit, as you can see the legs barely holding him up. The GTS, he collapses into the cover. You can imagine that Punk, losing as much blood as he did, was seeing double, was lightheaded. But in the end, after a low blow, and much more to the back of the neck, a double foot stomp, Rollins gets the victory here tonight. Well, medical staff are going to be checking on Punk, and Rollins is laughing here as what he just did, as he can now set his sights back on John Cena and a World Heavyweight Championship, in his eyes anyway. And as we just saw Seth Rollins cheat to win to beat CM Punk, Jade Cargill, the Women's Intercontinental Intercontinental Champion, the woman who won this title of Tatum Paxley many months ago and has been defending that championship ever since and has been looking great as champion, is defending it here tonight in an open challenge in Indianapolis at, well, WrestlePalooza. And what a storm. What you're going to say is when weathering the storm, that has been the open challenges for this championship. Obviously, at any given moment, she could lose that title due to it being an open challenge. She doesn't know who she's facing. And that has been what's bringing out the best of Jade Cargill. That's what she said anyway backstage to me. She said, I like not knowing who I'm facing. I like going out there and seeing who it is the same time as everyone in the crowd, because I know at that moment that I'm in for a fight. I've got to dig down deep. I've got to fight in the trenches to keep my title. I can't plan anything. I can't scout my opponent. And that, as I said to her, is going to cost you in the end. And she says she knows it will eventually be one too many for her. But the question is, how soon will that be for Jade Cargill? Is that tonight? Is that many months in the future? She's been holding that championship for quite a while now, ever since winning it back at WrestleMania. And tonight, the Storm is looking to retain her prized possession. And she's fired up here tonight, the crowd. Oh, I love Jade Cargill. And you cannot deny the star she is. Let's see who's going to be answering the open challenge here tonight. And oh my God, a dream match for many is about to become fact. Jordynne Grace is here on the main roster, challenging for the Women's Intercontinental Championship against Jade Cargill. This one's a WrestleMania main event. Jordynne Grace v Jade Cargill could be a main event at WrestleMania, but for tonight we're getting it at WrestlePalooza. This matchup is going to be incredible, to say the least. Two juggernauts, two powerhouses. The question is, which one will walk out champion? Will it be the challenger Jordynne Grace or the champion Jade Cargill? Let's get this match underway. And well, away we go in this one here. Jade Cargill defending the IC Championship against Jordynne Grace. And well, this one is a dream matchup here. Two powerhouses of the women's division. Two arguably the strongest women in the division here tonight. Facing each other, Jordynne Grace in the corner of a title here, but Jade Cargill drives it over into the corner with a power game. Jade obviously with the height advantage, with the agility advantage and the speed advantage. But Jordynne Grace, you've got to imagine, has the strength advantage just about over Jade Cargill here tonight. Well, Jade saying, okay, let's do it here tonight in this one. And like I said, this one is a dream matchup. The second they both arrived in WWE, people were wondering how long it would take to see these two cross paths and when that would happen and what would happen when that happens here tonight. We're going to find out though in this one, as it was a very confident sentence made by me, but a clean break again by these two, and Jade saying bring it here to Jordynne Grace, and Jordynne Grace is going to do so with a huge slap there, and a huge chop, and Jade answers back with a huge chop of her own there, and another one there, and another one there by Jade, but Grace out of the way, and Jordynne Grace now, what's she thinking here? Hoists up Jade, looking for maybe a suplex, but Jade Cargill slips at the back and goes after the leg there of Jordynne Grace, taking her down there, going after the leg early on this one. Smart here from Jade. He's looking to plant her down with a big manoeuvre in this one here. In the middle of the ring, is that enough to put away Jordynne Grace to make it a short night for the champion? And no, it is not. Grace kicks out there just about as Jade off the ropes looking for a huge drop kick and gets all of it there, sending Jordynne Grace, flying across the ring there. Well, I am very excited to see the outcome of this matchup. Will Jade Cargill be able to retain her Intercontinental Championship, or will Jordynne Grace have a huge German suplex, win her first title on her debut here on the main roster? Emphatic powerbomb followed by a huge knee strike there to the jaw into a cover, swatted there from Jordynne Grace. That's what Jade in a bad way here, maybe out cold, but kicks out just there. That's a huge combination of moves there, the German suplex into the powerbomb, into the huge knee. That may be enough to put away many competitors, but not Jade Cargill here tonight. As Jordynne Grace met with the power of Jade Cargill though, counters her there, a huge waist lock suplex, and drops the elbow there to Jordynne Grace. What night we've seen so far though, a huge talking point is CM Punk cheating to beat, well, Seth Rollins sort of cheating to beat CM Punk. Now last matchup here, we'll turn our attention back to this one as Jade gets out of the way, the huge spinning back fist, and there's a huge pump kick from Jade Cargill into the cover. Is that enough to retain the title? No, it is not. Jordan Grace kicks out there just in the nick of time. And now Jade looking to showcase his power once again as Jordan Grace is out here after that huge pump kick, marching her around the ring, military press, hoists her up here and drops it down face first into the middle of the ring. It's like Jordan Grace here, out cold on the mat. Frog splash in the middle rope there, impressive from Jade Cargill into the cover to retain the title. But again, the challenger somehow kicks out here tonight. Oh, well, this one's only been going for about 3-4 minutes, but what matchup we've seen so far between these two, even so far, as Jade caught there with a huge kick, and Jordan Grace now, what you thinking next to Jordan, hoists her up, Death Valley driver, rolls her through though, and Jordan Grace now into a double leg Boston crowd, the walls of Jericho, locked in here tonight on Jade Cargill. That's how Jordan Grace looking to sort of back once again here, looking in even deeper. Jade fights out of the submission hold here, looking to return to the power game, but there's a boot to the face from Jordan Grace, keeping herself in this matchup. Where flies over a huge shoulder tackle, dropping Jade Cargill to the mat there. There's not many women that can do that in this industry, but Jordan Grace is one of them, and she hoists her up here, looking for a big ending, a shout out to Big E from Jordan Grace here tonight. As Jordan Grace now looking to use a power of positivity, I guess you could say, flying in with a huge shoulder tackle. Now looking for just stomp here to the throat, the huge one here to the midsection from Jordan Grace, who's fired up here tonight. The crowd love to see this matchup. They're fully behind both of these women here tonight. They just want to know who is better of these two. As Jade, or did this earlier to Jordan Grace, and Jordan Grace answers back there with a weird sort of suplex of her own there to Jade Cargill with a deadlift version of it. As I watch Jordan Grace thinking there, Jordan Grace hoists her up and plants her down with a Michinoku driver, middle of the ring, hooks the leg. Is that enough? But Jade again somehow kicks out there after the Michinoku driver was hit with a perfection there, as that slap made just woken up Jade Cargill even more, and a well-placed pump kick right between the eyes. And what Jade, that fired her up, that pissed her off, that huge slap, and saying you want it, you get it here. Hoists her up, hooks the arms and drops her with Jaded. Is that enough to retain the title? It has been for her since she debuted and won that title. I know it's not here tonight. Jordan Grace kicks out of Jaded here. What a huge maneuver here, as Jordan Grace in the cover in the corner here, as Jade thrown to the face, dropping Jordan Grace down to the mat here. Now boot there for the boot countered there by Jordan Grace, sorry. As Grace, what you thinking next there? Hoists her up, hooks the arms, looking for a versa breaker to Jade Cargill. But Cargill kicks out just about there. One of the most dangerous maneuvers you can pull off in this industry, could end the career of your opponent if it's delivered at the slightest of angles. But Jordan Grace, well, used to just slapping just chopping each other, as you see now exchange huge shots in the middle of the ring here, slapping the taste out of each other's mouth here in the middle of this ring, or I should say more in the corner of the ring, as Jade enters back there and Jordan Grace does so again. Well, what a matchup we're seeing between these two. Whoever walks out here tonight would have fully deserved this victory as well. Jade asking Jordan Grace to bring it. She wants to see what Jordan Grace has got, and not to show how wise this is from Jade Cargill, as these two now exchanging huge blows middle of the ring for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And Jordan Grace wins the exchange. Who's spinning back fist, and Jade Cargill could be out cold. That could be it. Jade could be out after that spinning back fist. She looks like she's on Dream Street here. The eyes are closed, they're glazed over as what? No. Jordan Grace, a muscle buster, but she's not done there. As Grace now, the crowd coming alive for Jordan Grace in this one, middle of the ring, looking for a juggernaut driver for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. 1, 2, 3, and Jordan Grace just won the Women's Intercontinental Championship in a debut match. What did we just see? Jade held that title since WrestleMania. I thought Jade was going to go to WrestleMania again with that title, with the performances we've seen from her defending that title. But tonight, maybe she got overzealous. She asked Jordynne Grace for more, and she delivered more. She hit a spinning back fist, hit a muscle buster, and then the Juggernaut driver to end the matchup. And as you can see, there's that well placed or pump kick that was almost enough. I said the Jade did here as well, as this fired up Jade Cargill after a huge slap. But Jade tonight, well, like I said, when she came down to the ring, she knew the open challenges would be too much for her eventually. And tonight, she found an opponent that's able to beat her in Jordynne Grace. Well, the question is, who's going to beat Jordynne Grace? She beat Jade Cargill, and no one could beat Jade Cargill. So who's going to beat Jordynne Grace? That's the question on my mind now. Will Jade be back? Will Jade want a shot to try and win back this title, or will Jade Cargill want to step up the ladder a little bit and go for a world title? Or maybe she wants a break and come back, regroup, recollected, and ready for more. The muscle buster there. Well, Jade was out of that spinning back fist. The muscle buster and the Juggernaut driver were just the icing on the cake, the exclamation points to end it here tonight. And Jordynne Grace, well, what a moment for her on her debut, winning the Women's Intercontinental Championship, becoming the third ever champion in the lineage of this one. It was first ever Tatum Paxley's, it was then Jade Cargill's, and now it belongs to that woman right there, the Juggernaut, Jordynne Grace. And well, the reign of the Juggernaut has just begun. And the question is, who, if anyone, is going to take that title off her? We'll find out as we move throughout the year. But Jordynne Grace, welcome to the big time. She proves that tonight she deserves to be here. This seems to be a revolution arriving to WrestlePalooza here tonight. Ricky Saints is here at our main event, and whoa, I'm going to tell you what it's going to be. He's going to be challenging Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. And well, these two old friends from a place just down the road. And well, Ricky Saints is a man who believes himself to be the future of this industry. And if tonight he can step up and defeat Cody Rhodes and walk out more WWE champion, then there's no disputing that Ricky Saints is the future. Well, he would be the now of WWE, but can he do so? That's a question. Up against Cody Rhodes, who, well, a few weeks ago defeated Javon Evans in one hell of a match to defend the title against another man who's the future of this industry. Now, Ricky Saints is here to try and claim his first gold in WWE. Well, why not go after the biggest dog in the yard and try to get the biggest prize of the industry? Well, let's get Cody Rhodes out here. He's looking to defend his undisputed WWE Championship here tonight. And well, this one was an open challenge. Cody Rhodes would have not known he was facing up until we just saw Ricky Saints walk out here. So Cody, you got to imagine right now, he's happy to see an old friend, but also maybe worried about still being WWE champion. At the end of tonight, you can see the retro belt out here tonight. Cody Rhodes brought this out when he faced Javon Evans. He defended the title, and Cody Rhodes decided to keep this championship around his waist, bringing back the Winged Eagle. And Cody Rhodes tonight has got a big challenge on his hands in Ricky Saints. Last time we saw Ricky Saints, he took on Ethan Page in one hell of a no disqualification match in which he lost. Yes, he lost. He took an Ego's Edge onto the steel steps after like a 15-minute bloodbath against Ethan Page. Neither man walked out a victor. It just says in the winners column that Ethan Page won. And we haven't seen him since, but tonight, when he saw an opening, he saw an opportunity, and he stepped up to this man. Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, the WWE champion, who won the title back at WrestleMania, defeating the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, after that, well, hellacious story, 2 years in the making. He finally finished the story, and now he's leading his new chapter of a new story, defending the title he wanted to win so badly. Well, let's get this one underway here. Ricky Saints versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship here on the main event of WrestlePalooza. And away we go. And well, obviously these two are good friends, but tonight, this, to quote Booker T, is about checks and championships. And Ricky Saints, this will make history on his first match. I don't think he's even contracted to SmackDown. If he can walk out WWE champion, and that'll be a big moment for him and a big moment for this industry of Ricky Saints. A revolution. We're starting a revolution. As Rhodes now with a headlock here, using the legs to choke his challenger. And Rhodes now just a shot or kick there as that was rocked. Ricky Saints, who now goes into a lock-up of his own here. Not too sure why this was, as if it's losing a last battle with Rhodes here. Now Saints grabs the arm here into an arm wrench, looking to tweak the shoulder, maybe tweak the elbow as well, as Rhodes so again reverses it. And Saints again losing a battle here that he started. But you got to say this is, well, big here as a side headlock here from Ricky Saints. He's showing that he's not scared of facing the biggest names in the industry, as Saints sent over the top rope there. And Rhodes was telling that he almost had him there. And Saints backing around with a huge shot there. Some huge chops. As Ricky Saints flies in, looking for a close arm at Rhodes with a German suplex. But a counter there from the American Nightmare. Now Rhodes here, what's he thinking next? Rhodes hoists him up and drops him down face first, middle of the ring. Now looking to drop an elbow drop there, but no one's going for that one. And Saints boots to the face there. And a little bit of a claymore there. But Cody Rhodes kicks out, doesn't quite hit it the same as Drew McIntyre. So Ricky Saints with a snap suplex there. Now looking for a well-placed elbow drop to stay on the attack. Now looking to carry on the attack with some more well-placed elbows there to the chest. And delays the third, or I should say the fourth. As Saints now hoists him around, drops him down there with a net breaker. And Saints now going after the leg set. Cody Rhodes looking to tweak and wrap up the ankle here. Obviously Cody Rhodes can't stand, he can't fight and defend his championship. As Saints now middle rope. And Ricky Saints flying in with a huge shoulder tackle there into a cover. But Rhodes kicks out there. Ricky Saints just launching his whole body weight there at Cody Rhodes. May caught him in the face with the shoulder. Now hoists him up and drops him down with a Northern Lights bomb there. And Cody somehow kicks out. A big maneuver hit early in this matchup there by Ricky Saints. Rocking the bell. Or ringing the bell of Cody Rhodes, I should say. The lights will be on, but no one's home right now for Cody Rhodes. Saints with a well-placed shot there with a chop. And Rhodes now in a bad way. Ricky Saints flying in with a huge knee across the face there. And Saints in control of this one. Ricky Saints now tweaks the arm here. Ricky Saints now looking for a little bit of old school here. As Rhodes is in a bad way. Ricky Saints walking the top rope here. And a huge clothesline there for Ricky Saints. And Saints now looking to lock in a submission, going after that ankle again, that lower leg. And the back here of Rhodes that he's been going after since the start of the matchup here, sitting down deep in a single leg Boston Crab. As Rhodes trying to get back into this one. But Ricky Saints sits back down the deep again, but Rhodes fights out of it here just about. And Rhodes sending the challenger into the corner, flies him over a huge clothesline there. Leaving no room for error there was Cody Rhodes, giving Ricky Saints no time to recover. As Rhodes sends him off the ropes there, Rhodes catches him, arm drag there, well, it's just a hip toss. And now Rhodes was in more plays, strikes there to the face of Ricky Saints. What a matchup we've seen in our main event. Ricky Saints making his main roster debut. Like I said, I'm not even sure if he is, well, signed to SmackDown. Well, obviously that he will be if he is champion, as Rhodes gets out of the way, that super kick there. And well, Rhodes needed to, as our Saints on the ropes there, putting himself up on the apron. And Rhodes caught by Saints. And Ricky Saints again catches him with a huge headbutt there. Another revolution. What's he thinking there? Well, I think he was thinking about flying, but not going to go all the way just yet as he plants an elbow from the apron there to the chest of the champion. Sorry. As Saints sends Rhodes back in the ring here, looking to continue the attack. As Rhodes getting back to his feet, Saints with a huge shot, rocking Rhodes, super kick into the cover. But Rhodes kicks out there. And Saints now with some huge chops there. And Saints again think a super kick. But Cody kick to the midsection with a pedigree to retain the title. But Saints kicks it out just about there. And Rhodes now kick to the midsection, boot there to the face. Classic Cody Rhodes. Looking for a huge back suplex. And Rhodes now with a ground and pound here on the challenger. And has busted open Ricky Saints. Not too sure if that was the intention of Cody Rhodes, but it's what he's done. As Rhodes, a side effect to Ricky Saints. But the challenger kicks out. What a matchup this has been so far. As Rhodes with a huge shot there, but may have just woken up Ricky Saints, who kicks him in the midsection here. Ricky Saints with a Canadian destroyer to the American Nightmare. But Rhodes somehow kicks out there. Not too sure Rhodes just did it, but he got the shoulders up just in time. As Ricky Saints looking for a German suplex, Rhodes blocks it low. Now Cody here, what's he thinking? Cody looking for some more play shots here to the lower back of Ricky Saints. As Saints collapses to the mat here. Cody now looking for a disaster kick. No one's home though. Fighting with that boot to the face again there. Was Ricky Saints. As Saints now, what's he got planned next there? Russian leg sweep, takedown of Rhodes. And Saints going up top. What has Saints got planned here? Looking to fly with an elbow drop. And Rhodes just kicks out. But there's another elbow drop there from Saints. It's to keep Cody Rhodes grounded. And Saints now looking to go after the legs again of Rhodes here. You can see the welts forming on the back of both men. They're bruises. They're wear and tear this matchup showing. Especially in the back of Cody Rhodes. He's looking worse for wear in this one. Well, Ricky Saints is busted open, but Rhodes with all the bruises on the body. This ain't going to help things there. Side headlock takedown. Again, getting Rhodes back to the mat here by Ricky Saints, who's busted open there. Can you see across the eyebrow, sorry. As Rhodes here catches a huge shot. Rhodes into the channel is in a dusty. Rhodes here with the jabs. And now looking for a bionic elbow to retain the title. But Saints kicks out. Somehow, some way. As Rhodes now going after the leg set of Ricky Saints. We just saw a little bit of Dusty Rhodes. Or you're about to see one of his greatest rival being pulled out. Hit by Cody Rhodes with a figure four leg lock. Shade to the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. With the figure four leg lock here, locked in middle of the ring. Rhodes with it locked in tight here. There's no give on the submission hold for Ricky Saints. He's looking to just reverse the pressure. No, it's not his fault out of it here. And Saints now wraps up the arm, takes him down, looking to yank back on the ankle and the lower back here, and put some torque on the legs here, and the lower back of Cody Rhodes here. A submission hold of his own here. But Rhodes pushes him away here, and Rhodes flies him with a forearm. And Ricky Saints now in a bad way here. putting himself up on the apron as Rhodes stun across the top rope there with a stun there. And Rhodes, what is he thinking? I'm thinking about going big here. As Cody Rhodes fired up with the crowd behind him, building momentum, looking for a suicide dive, taken out. The challenger. What a crowd loving the matchup they're seeing. How can they not? What a main event this has been so far. And Ricky Saints are making a name for himself in his debut here. On the main roster, I should say. Made a name for himself down in NXT in the short time he was there. But here tonight, as Cody Rhodes top rope, looking to fly. Looking for a drop kick with Ricky Saints, had it scouted. And Saints now kick to the midsection. Looking to put this one away. Into the cover here. But Rhodes somehow kicks out there. Or these two may have to fight forever. As Rhodes though recovers somehow there. And Rhodes now clothesline taking out Ricky Saints. You can see the bruising across the lower back, or the upper back there, sorry, Cody Rhodes across the shoulder. That's one hell of a bruise there. And Cody's in a bad way. Oh, Ricky Saints though is busted open on the top rope. What is Rhodes thinking here? This deep into a matchup with as much damage done to himself. As you can see on the back of Rhodes, it's looking for a soaring superplex. Oh, the Saints. The Revolution is busted open here. And Cody off the ropes with a bulldog to the champion, or to the challenger, sorry, who's looking to become the champion here tonight. And Cody now looking for a Cody Cutter to retain the title. And Saints kicks out though. And Rhodes is going to be thinking, what more do I have to do to put away Ricky Saints? Here tonight, he's looking to drop a knee drop there. And Rhodes going top rope, looking for a picture perfect moonsault. Is that enough? Somehow it's not. Well, Cody asking Charles Robinson there, Lil Nate, how that wasn't a free. Oh, Ricky Saints is in a bad way here. Both of these men now exchanging shots here in the middle of the ring. Both of these men have barely anything left in their tank. And obviously Ricky Saints busted up in the Revolution in the worst of way. As Ricky Saints blocks though. He's shot there to the face of Cody Rhodes as Cody Rhodes answers back there though. Saints does so. And Rhodes caught again by Saints. Rhodes is slowing down here. And Ricky Saints off the ropes. Knee to the jaw. And Saints is fired up here. Kick to the midsection. Looking for another Mexican destroyer. Ricky Saints in a bad way here, but it's pulled up Cody Rhodes back to his feet, who's, well, out on his feet. As Ricky Saints hoists him up, looking for Ro Sham Bo for the championship. Middle of the ring. That's gotta be it. How? Cody Rhodes is not human. But Ricky Saints is asking Charles Robinson himself how that wasn't a free. As Saints now arguing with the ref, and Rhodes are seeing eyes back on the prize. To Ricky Saints there. As Rhodes looking for a kick there to midsection. Ricky Saints blocks though. Saints looking for a super kick. Rhodes stops it. And Rhodes kick there. Boot to the face. And Rhodes with a moonsault from the middle rope. And Cody Rhodes is fired up here. How does Cody Rhodes still have stuff left in the tank as Rhodes super Cody Cutter. And Cody now calling for the end of this one. We're at Crossroads for the 1, 2 and the 3. Well, welcome to the big time Ricky Saints. But Cody Rhodes has just said You're not quite at my level yet. What a main event. What a night it's been. Jordan Grace winning the United States Championship. That match between Punk and Rollins. And this one in a main event. Ricky Sainz as well here on the main roster. The question is, will he call SmackDown or Raw is home? His challenge for the WWE Championship. But the question is, will he be headed to SmackDown? You've got to imagine that Nick Aldis, after seeing the showing here tonight, wants him on SmackDown. But Adam Pearce, well, he's going to be drawing up a contract that is maybe more lucrative for Ricky Sainz and more opportunities and maybe a championship shot. And so we're going to have a bidding war on their hands for the Revolution to be going to their respective brand. And well, what a match we saw in our main event. I don't understand how Ricky Sainz didn't walk out champion. After that Rochambeau, that should have been it. That should have been the 1, 2, 3. But Seth Rhodes, well, he went through hell to get the championship, and he's showing that he's not going to lose it without being put through hell a second time. And you can see the body of both men. Saints busted open, the bruises across the body. And this was the final shot, the crossroads on the challenger. What a matchup we just saw. One hell of a main event. Both men put their bodies on the line. Cody walks out champion. Somehow, here tonight. And well, Rhodes celebrated his victory over Ricky Sainz, and well, Logan Paul just appeared out of nowhere with a huge shot, knocking out Cody Rhodes. What is Logan Paul doing here? We just saw a great matchup between Ricky Sainz and Cody Rhodes for the championship, but Rhodes retained. And Logan Paul is now out here. And well, Logan Paul now, what's he doing here? A huge maneuver, dropping Cody Rhodes here to end WrestlePalooza. What have we just seen? To end the night is Logan Paul saying he's next for that championship.